Green swoops on the crowd and massive basket.
3. You are kidding me.
And the fire burned brightest. Townsville are WNBL champions for the 4th time.
Your Cygnett WNBL doubleheader continues in Adelaide as the Lightning host the visiting Southside Flyers. Southside need to win to stay in the 4. That's the task at hand. With the Sydney Flames hot on their heels, they've got it all to play for. With the Lightning on the flip side, look to win in front of their home fans. Welcome to the 36ers arena for the Lightning and the Flyers. Liam Ellison here alongside me is 150-game WNBL veteran Zoe Carr. Zoe, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Super excited to be here. We've seen one amazing game of women's basketball. Hopefully we're about to see another.
Absolutely. This one is going to be interesting. The Flyers sitting in 4th position, 6-4. They're 3-2 in their last 5, and the Lightning are 1-4 in that period. That win coming over the Boomers, but Izzy Ball-Ace, she is in some form this season.
Yeah, she is an amazing athlete. There is not much that girl can't do. One of the things that she's known for is obviously her ability to be able to finish under pressure, finish through contact, shoot the 3, and then just defend. The strength that she has. She doesn't look like a big, strong athlete, but she is just so strong through her core, she's almost unmovable. And so her ability to finish in tough contests is second to none.
She is a big guard, Izzy Ball-Ace. And speaking of bigs, well, Brianna Turner and Mercedes Russell, that is going to be the matchup. Both of these import bigs have controlled the paint for their respective sides this season, and that's going to be a massive battle to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Turner's been massive on the glass for Adelaide, so Russell's going to have to do a job on her because Adelaide being a younger team, they'll thrive and get energy off second and third opportunities, and that's what you don't want in a young team. That's where they become dangerous, when they start to really build that energy and build that momentum. So a big job for Russell to keep Turner off the glass. On the flip side, Turner's going to then have to make sure that Russell doesn't have an impact on the game inside.
Well, there's been some movement. I think I might have lied off the top, Zoe, because the Boomers, losing in the game prior, have dropped to 5th. This is how close it is in the top 5 in the WNBL. Such movement, the Flyers now in 3rd.
Well, it actually makes us sound like we know what we're talking about, because we did say that when it is so close, this competition is so close, and anyone can beat anyone on any given night, and there's just such massive amount of movement off one game. So yeah, it's huge, and it's a credit to the league and a credit to the athletes and coaches within it.
It does, though, remain the same. The Flyers will have to win to stay in the 4 this evening. Their opponents, the Lightning, well, they're going to be an interesting challenge for them. Here's their 5. Willoughby Ball-Ace, Brianna Turner, Lauren Mansfield, the skipper, and Izzy Bourne, who has been just terrific out of the University of Nebraska.
Yeah, she's been a great addition. Her ability to finish on the rim, to rebound, to even shoot the 3. But she's also playing above her size too. She's often, posted up by bigger, and her ability to, use her body and use her IQ to be able to play bigger than she is has been fantastic. But the real test for the Flyers will be, can they curb Mansfield? She's had massive games over the last 3 games. 3 of the last 4 games has led the scoring. So she's going to be a big focus for them tonight.
Lauren Jackson and Leilani Mitchell are back in the lineup this evening. This is their 5. LJ will start alongside Russell, Poch, Rochi, and of course Beck Cole.
Yeah, and I mean, look at that lineup. Even their bench is full of experience and full of skill. So for Adelaide, they're going to have to try and do this by committee. It's, you could have a scout on every single one of those players will be on the scout sheet and will be a high focus. So it's going to have to be a team effort. For Southside, I would suggest pump the ball inside as early as possible. Put pressure on Turner, put pressure on Izzy Bourne, and try and make them get into foul trouble as best as possible. So go into LJ, go into Russell as early as possible, and see what happens from there.
Southside undoubtedly have the depth in the front court. Behind Turner and Bourne, it starts to thin out from there for Adelaide.
Yeah, well, with Southside, we haven't even spoken about Beck Cole yet, who's having an absolute cracker season, averaging 16.3 points per game, 2.6 rebounds and 4.2 assists. So, again, like I said, their entire lineup is just full of weapons. So Adelaide are just going to have to stick to their plan and try and stay on the same page as much as possible.
Flyers now away whites, and they will start things off with the first possession here in Adelaide as round 9 continues. Beck Cole with the rock. Rochi down low, and it's Willoughby who has the assignment this time on Mercedes Russell for the first points.
Great high percentage look first play. You know, I would like to see Adelaide make more of an effort to try and make Russell go to her left hand a little bit more. Not saying she can't shoot it, but it's her non-preferred.
Over the top, Willoughby battling. Jackson walling up. Opting out to ball ace. 5 seconds. Driving on Jackson, no good.
That's a great take from Borlase there. I'd just like to see her use her left hand so she's not under as much pressure with the defense on the right-hand side.
Poch with the floater. 4-0 start, Southside. Borlase and Poch, keep an eye on that matchup. Two young guns, two WNBA prospects. Born in the keyway for Adelaide's first two.
And great patience there from Adelaide against that zone from Southside, just trying to find their gaps and played the space really well to get what was essentially a wide open layup.
Russell and Cole. Mansfield fighting around the screen. Did well to find Jackson. Again, late shot clock. So Nadia Poch has got to go. Stepping through and it gets the roll.
That was actually really good defense from the Lightning. A great three-way switch to make sure they got hands to shooters. But Poch, again, second possession in a row where she's having an impact.
Active hands, defense to offense. Poch back-to-back buckets. He's having an impact in a way that we've become so accustomed to as Willoughby just off on the three. And last touch Adelaide off Turner.
Again, Turner showing her intent on the glass. That's something that Southside, if they're going to stay in the zone, they're going to have to make sure they find people to box out. Otherwise, Turner's going to start and really put her mark on this game.
Rochi. Both sides coming off losses in their last outing. Southside falling by 10 in Perth as Cole's floater rattles out. Ball ace. Jackson comes to meet it now. Bourne with the lane, 2 shots. Bourne already with an early 2.
And a great take to look to go at Russell. It'd be really easy to try and, you know, steer away from somebody with such length and such ability to change shots, but went straight at her and drew that foul to get herself to the line.
No good that time. 14 points per game this season for Bourne. And unlucky on the second. Rochi ahead to Poch. Jackson on the perimeter. Back to her point guard. Cole's there to assist. Adelaide defense holding up so far. Russell thought maybe she was anticipating contact, didn't get it. Mansfield ahead of the play. Bourne's there on the left hands.
Great job running the floor from a big, and to be able to catch on the run like that and keep it high so the guard in Rochi couldn't get her hands to it. Kept it high, finished high. Great work.
Poch directing traffic, as is Rochi. Hops against the screen. Willoughby defending, and Lightning have it. Poch again putting her body on the line. Borlase sees it away. Driving on Russell, kick out. Mansfield with her feet set. And they'll go again. Inside, Turner. Just fumbled.
Idea was right. Found that mismatch, tried to get it inside. Just, as you said, that little fumble there, but that's something they need to continue to go to. Put that pressure on Southside defense.
Rochi, 4-point leaders. The Flyers make it 6.
Great change of pace. Look to fake the handoff, turn the corner, and get on the rim.
Willoughby tripped up. Incidentally, it'll be a foul. Go against Maddie Rochi. Willoughby back for another season in the Cygnett WNBL. with the Flames, of course, last year. Easy call for the ref, and 4 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Willoughby off the inbounds play and open in the corner.
That's one of the dangers of zoning off that baseline out of bounds. It was a great job screening the edge of the zone so she could just duck behind. Corner three, highest percentage three-point shot in the game.
Russell assisting Cole that time, and now Russell's there, but Turner got a fingertip to it. Mansfield. Willoughby in the open floor. Carving her way through the keyway, and Willoughby gets them back within one. Nice start from both sides.
And great job from Nat Hurst too to just stick with her team. She could have blown a timeout earlier, you know, when Southside jumped out a little bit, but she stayed calm, stayed confident in her group, and Adelaide have done a great job in clawing this back.
Cole probing Russell on an island there on the baseline. Poch tried to poke it out, but Bourne releasing forward to Willoughby, who hesitates and drives right down Rochi. Southside stop. Rochi thought about the triple. Now Cole will pull the trigger. Lightning with a chance to retake the lead at this early stage. Travel. Fourth turnover of the game against the Lightning. And Cheryl Chambers has called substitutions. Leilani Mitchell enters for her first minutes.
What a luxury to be able to bring Leilani Mitchell off the bench. Insane.
It is insane. Carly Ernst as well. Ball ace got there. And she can keep it in bounds and waltz in for two. Forces the steal, forces the bucket, and the timeout to boot. Lightning have taken the lead, 11 plays 10, 4:43 remaining in the first quarter.
Fantastic job of getting in the lanes there, getting a hand to it and being able to break out and keep her feet. We talked about her core strength before. Keep her feet under that contact and be able to then chase it down and finish for the easy layup.
This timeout brought to you by Cygnett, Australia's #1 digital accessories brand. Cygnett continues to power the WNBL. Australian-owned and designed, Cygnett is available at JB Hi-Fi, Officeworks and other leading retailers. Visit cygnett.com. Plenty of people around the country preparing for some big road trips to go on holiday throughout this period, and Cygnett could be the answer for your charging accessories in your car. 1-point ball game. Adelaide retaking the lead with that ball ace, steal and lay-in. Fast start, fun start, Zoe Carr. Poch is leading the way with 6.
Yeah, she's been big, being able to generating points from her defense, but also being able to get feet in the paint and score through contact. So, like we spoke about in the last game with Blitzavs, Poch is a nightmare matchup as well. She's agile, she's quick, she's able to shoot the three, she's able to get on the rim. So being able to stem her as early as possible will be key to Adelaide's success in this game.
That's why she's on the radar of WNBA scouts, Nadia Poch. Taylor Brazel has checked in for Adelaide. And a terrific piece for Nat Hurst team off the pine this season, Brazel. Mitchell. Russell's rolling to the hoop. Here's Rochi. Ernst. The block came from Bourne. It was a foul. Ernst will go to the stripe.
I think Southside seemed a little rushed in that possession. There was a lot of action, a lot of screening action, staggers, swinging through off a double. But I think the only time there was really intent to score was on that drive from Ernst.
Good on the first. Carly Ernst retakes the lead for Southside. The 36ers arena. Nice home crowd has built this evening for Adelaide. They've won just the one game at home this season, looking to please the fans that have come out today for their second. Here's Willoughby. Jab step, 3-ball, just short. Rochi turns the Jets on, launching into an offensive for the Flyers. Mitchell will let it fly.
Just veteran skill set, veteran savvy, able to, be able to prop in transition, catch and shoot the three.
Bourne, escape dribble, 3 is good.
Right back at you again. It's, Adelaide not taking a backward step.
Instant response. Rochi, right there to Mercedes Russell. Turner did well to slow her up. Puts the shoulder down and gets to her spot.
So I think Turner did a great job of sending her to her left hand and forcing her to a position that she probably didn't want to be in, and then we've bailed her out with a foul. So just got to try and stay clean as much as possible and, wall up, keep it clean. Force her, if she makes a tough shot over her hand, you'll wear it, especially this early in the game, and you'll take it out of bounds and get running. But otherwise, force her into that tough shot so then you can box out and run. You definitely don't want to be sending Russell to the line and get her confidence up through seeing the ball go through the net at the free throw line.
Southside are a terrific three-throw shooting team, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. They, across the board, they're shooting from the season. I've lost the stat. Oh,
just individually, though, like you look at it, their worst shooter almost is about 75%.
75%. I won't name her because she's the GOAT, but 75% is still, most other team or every other team would love that.
Yes.
So, to be able to have that, is just, again, another luxury that Southside have over other teams.
Ernst has drawn contact and she will head to the stripe. You look across the board, Carly Ernst shooting 91%, Cole shooting 93%, Dickey 87%, and Rochi 83%. It's been efficient.
Yeah, and it's those free points. You talk about free point basketball, key three and foul line, and being able to win those free points from the foul line is massive. It's the difference between a lot of games, a win and a loss, and that's why Southside have been successful for so long, because they get to the line and they capitalise on that.
They're always the difference maker in close games.
And we just jinxed it.
We had it coming, I think. So Lightning into the front court. Borlase will let it fly. Just out of the reach of Poch. She'll take a break. 1 point leaders, Lightning with a fresh 14 on the baseline. Borlase inbounds, Brazil, good defense, Dickey. Plenty of Lightning jerseys back in D. Dickey. Mitchell was set for the 3. Now it's Dickey who puts it on the deck. Working on Taylor Mole, and Ernst rips it and puts it up and in.
Ernst has been enormous for Southside off the bench this season. Her ability to shoot the 3 is obviously, elite. But the action she's been able to have and the impact she's been able to have inside the paint has been so big for Southside.
Brianna Turner on the follow. Mercedes Russell changing shots moments earlier. High scoring opening quarter so far. Turner denying Russell in the post. Here's Mitchell. Hesitates. Deflected out from Turner, and now the Lightning have a chance at the fast break. Brazil. Alley-oop to Brianna Turner. Party time for the Lightning. On the fast break, and Turner getting back down the other end. Great hustle.
It's outstanding work from Turner, not only to finish that alley-oop play, but then to be able to get back and contest that. But I just love seeing Taylor Brazil have impacts in the WNBL. She came back from an ACL injury and then made the under-19 Gems recently this year and went to the World Cup, and is now stepping into the professional league and belongs. It's just so great to see.
It is a great story. Coming off such a serious injury. Here's Cole, second chance Flyers. Leilani with the rock. They go under the screen, lets it fly just short. Dickey challenged. It'll remain with Southside. Back to Ernst. Mole got a fingertip in there. Russell. Now Ernst has got 4 seconds. Turner with the block.
Turner is throwing everything at this game. She's hit the deck probably 3 or 4 times already.
League leader in that respect. Mitchell, Adelaide ball.
Just to the last minute, both teams need to just, I think, calm it down a little bit. It's getting a bit scrappy. Point guards need to really take over here and start to make sure they take care of the ball and execute. Even if they don't score, make sure they're executing and getting high percentage looks or shots before leading into quarter time.
Less than a minute remains in this first quarter. Mansfield hesitates and pulls up for 2. Lightning are having themselves a terrific opening quarter. Ernst wants the handoff to her longtime teammate and Cole. Dickey. Cole's there, recovers. Late shot clock situation. Whistle first against the Lightning. Will go against Brazil. Second personal on Brazil. And subs are being called here. Mitchell didn't establish herself in bounds. Lightning with a chance to extend this lead. Mansfield and Leilani Mitchell. 2 long-time point guards in this league. Turner hovering for the screen. Jackson's there to assist. 5 seconds, Willoughby zigzagging through the middle. And kick ball.
Once again, the idea was right, getting the feet in the paint, trying to find that receiver. Obviously, the kick ball probably helps because now the shot clock gets, for Lightning, because the shot clock gets turned off, and now they've got the remainder. They can run this out and get the last shot of the quarter.
11.2 to work with. Mansfield. 2-man game with Turner. She rolls to the bucket. Mole, pump fake, mid-range J. Quarter time expires. The Lightning with a fast start. They lead this one at the 36ers arena by 5 points.
Looking for your pathway in basketball? She Hoops Leadership and Confidence Scholarship can help. We're offering 30 girls from around Australia the opportunity to develop as coaches, players and officials, with mentoring from some of Australia's best basketballers and some of Australia's best coaches in breaking down barriers. If you're a girl aged 15 to 18, then this is for you. This 5-month program will accelerate your development both on and off the court. Interested? Head to shehoops.com.au to apply.
Hot start from the Adelaide Lightning, and Nat Hurst would be happy. Liam Ellison and Zoe Carr with you on the call. Zoe, how have the Lightning got it done so far?
Yeah, I mean, they've done a great job executing, but I think a lot of it has stemmed from their defense. They've been able to get deflections and steals and be able to capitalize on that. But Izzy Bourne has had 9 points in this opening quarter at 100%. So I'd look to continue to keep her in the game. You know, they say if you're shooting at 100% and you've shot 4 of 4, then you should have at least shot another 15 shots. So continue to go at her and bring her into the game once she comes back into the game. But Turner has just been electric. She's been physical. She's blocked shots. She's rebounded. She's been on the end of alley-oops. She's done it all. The question is, can she keep it up for another 3 quarters? Because that I'm exhausted just watching her.
Yeah, they've won the big battles so far, undoubtedly. Browner, Turner and Bourne combined for 15. But as you mentioned, so much time remains. Here we go, second quarter underway. 24 plays 19. Mansfield, Turner rolling to the hoop. Foul call came first.
I would like to see Southside too, from an offensive perspective, get Lauren Jackson into the game. The GOAT has not had a shot yet. Get her, run something to her to be able to get her at either the tip of the charge circle or at that left-hand side block so she can have her little baseline spin and fade away. Get her into the game, because if her and Russell are in the game with Ernst impacting the way she is coming off the bench, they now become unguardable.
See if they can do so right here. Cole. Nice find. Two-man game to Russell. Missing, though. Turner again, worrying her out of it. Basham on the perimeter. Recognises Willoughby was open.
Great ball movement. Got the ball inside. Was contested. Kicked it out. Extra pass. Great, great unselfish basketball.
Aren't they just playing connected, in-sync hoops at the moment, the Lightning?
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought they've just come off a break. Like, it's, you know, the way that they're playing. So hopefully they can keep this up for the rest of the game.
9-day break for Adelaide, their last outing against the UC Capitals in Canberra. Nice find from Mitchell. There's that first look for LJ. Back to a 6-point margin. Willoughby is feeling it. Confident. Lets it fly for three.
And an adjustment's going to have to be made to her to be able to get a hand closer, close her out a little bit further and make her put the ball to the floor. Especially when she catches it so low, you can force her towards the baseline.
As Cole returns fire. Great start to this one. Mansfield kicks it out, and Mole no good on the three. Now it's Beck Cole who stopped in the backcourt. Inside was Dickey. Did it catch a deflection? It did.
Turner again. She is everywhere.
If you could keep track of deflection, she'd have to be a league leader.
Oh, wouldn't it be great if we could add that to the stat sheet, deflections?
They keep the statisticians very busy, we know that, but it would be great.
Because they don't have enough to do.
Yes. Cole off the inbounds. Not that time. Poked out from Jackson. Adelaide basketball. Willoughby was working hard in the post, and Turner.
It's a great look, though, having Willoughby inside on Rochi. She's a taller and a stronger body. So trying to get that space and get what we call the mouse in the house and post her up, it's a great look. Just the execution slightly off, but I'd say don't go away from that.
Rochi, oh, that's blocked out of bounds from Turner. Another one to her name. Block number 2 in the contest. Have a look at this.
She's just no fuss. Like, just every day.
Yeah.
Just every day happening for Brianna Turner. But again, like we said about Jordan Canada in the last game, to have players of this caliber in our league is just so exciting.
Jackson with another 2. Up to 4 now. Willoughby. Lizzie Tonks for her first minutes. Mansfield trying to get around with a screen, driving baseline, finding Mole. Can't convert. Rochi. Russell comes with the screen. Mitchell's hit a 3 from this spot already.
Yeah, that drops on the on-ball screen. It's a dangerous coverage because it allowed Rochi to just, the space and the time. She could have pulled up for a little elbow, 15-foot jumper, but instead was able to find Mitchell wide open. Maybe something with a little bit more pressure, something to, so it's not so easy to find if split line has overhelped a little bit. Look to maybe hedge it and recover or trap it every now and again, just so it's not so comfortable and easy.
This time out brought to you by CTM Sport. Here to transform your team's travel experience. Leave the hassle of off-court arrangements to CTM Sport, the experts in sports travel management. Get the winning edge at ctmsport.com.au. And the scoreline, 30 plays 29. Adelaide still in the lead here, shooting 54% from the field, and the home fans couldn't have asked for too much more 13 minutes into this contest.
Definitely not. The Lightning have absolutely put on a show. Again, as I've said already, it's a question of can they put 4 quarters together. That's one of the, I guess, the weaknesses of a young team is that ability to keep that mental focus for 4 quarters. And as a young player, that's something that grows with you throughout your career. So it's not something you just have. So hopefully they're able to, you know, they've had a few close games. I think they've had,
yeah, they have,
you know, 4 games by less than 5 points. So, you know, hopefully they're able to they've learned from that and they're able to get over that hump today.
They have had their struggles in close games, but importantly, let that hoodoo off their back with their most recent win. See if that can continue. Mole. Mansfield at the top. Rochi comes across the switch. Mole's working on Jackson. Really caught the friendliest of rolls.
They did a great job again trying to get Willoughby posting up on Rochi there, but Southside did an outstanding job of putting ball pressure on, so it wasn't easy to find her in the paint.
Great assessment, Mansfield, and Willoughby slicing to the cup for 2. No look dime downhill from Lauren Mansfield. She's got 4 of them. Sadie's Russell. It's her skipper and Cole. Tried to get it back to the big. Now Tonks. Mole again pushing the pace, the Lightning. Mansfield can step aside for another 3.
That was a great possession from defense to offense. The stunt from Turner on that drops coverage to force the pass and be able to pick it off. And then moving the ball and finding an open player. I probably would have liked to see Turner power that up, but she was off balance. So you see a difference in coverage there, looking to hedge that rather than just drop off it on the side pick and roll. So that's a good adjustment by Adelaide.
Good defensive trip for Adelaide. Willoughby again turning the Jets on. Willoughby's got 15. Fast break points for the Lightning. You know it's a strength. So dynamic running downhill. Russell posting up on the keyway, just short. They've held her well so far, the Lightning. What can Willoughby do this time? Working on Rochi, that was all clean.
Well defended there by Rochi, being able to take the chest blow and keep her feet. You know, Willoughby is so strong, and to be able to take the hit there and just stay contested, stay walling up and staying clean, it's a great job.
Sure is. Willoughby has taken a well-earned break. Leading scorer in the ball game. Inbounds play was well drawn up for Brooke Basham. Back out by 7 they are. Ernst. Halfway through this second quarter. Nice find the Potch on the opposite wing.
Great rotations from Adelaide there, out of that pick and roll coverage.
Potch attacking Turner. Running out of time though with the Flyers. And Cole will have to let it fly.
And this is one of the things, that is an outstanding defensive possession from Adelaide. If that shot goes in, that's okay. You know, they're the sort of shots you want to try and force, those contested, rushed, you know, last second type shots. If it goes in, you, especially this early in the game, just wear it and look to go and play, because towards the fourth quarter, those shots definitely aren't going in.
They've been great defensively. They've kept the shot clock buzzer very busy as Mansfield has drawn the foul. Forced the Flyers into a lot of late heaves, and Adelaide now with a chance to extend this advantage.
Rochi's second foul now, so again, the question comes in, do you want to try and pull her out of the game now to make sure she doesn't pick up her third before halftime, or do you let her run with it? Now, Rochi's an experienced player. She can play with 2 fouls, but sometimes, you know, stranger things have happened, so it'll be interesting to see how Southside play this.
Here is Rochi, Ernst. Now Ernst from the top, her first 3-point attempt of the evening.
It is way too open for Ernst. She is too good of a shooter to allow that much time and space.
And it's her bread and butter. Ball ace. Turner at the elbow, opting to reset with 9 seconds. Basham tried to find the lane on Dickey. Ernst hit the deck. Ball ace has got to let it fly, and this time it's the Flyers with the defense. Nadia Poch. Defended by Ball ace, fighting around that screen. Poch attacking the cup and gets it to go and one.
It's a similar what I was saying about Mercedes Russell with Poch. She can go left, there's no doubt about it, but it's non-preferred. So you need to try and keep her off her right hand as often as possible because of her length and her athleticism. If you allow her to go to what she enjoys, then that is going to be the result.
Poch has got 8. Back within a couple of possessions. Turner wants the handoff to Mansfield. Bourne driving at Ernst. Had position and Ernst spiked it out to Dickey.
Did everything but go in.
Really did. Good thinking from Carly Ernst, opting against the fast break that time for the Flyers. Dickey, and that is an easy 2. All set up by Jazz Dickey. 38 plays 36. 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Timeout on the floor.
And a good timeout too from Nat Hurst. Just you can see the Flyers starting to get comfortable, starting to figure out the on-ball screen coverages. They may need to change up their mid-pick and roll coverage. The drops coverage is just not working for them at the moment. So on the side pick and roll, they're in a hedge, which is good. That's difficult to do on a mid-pick. So whether they look to maybe ice it or trap it, and by ice it, I mean send it away from the screen and don't allow themselves to be screened. But be a little bit more aggressive in a way and not allow them to just wheel and deal off that mid-pick, because if I'm Southside, I'm going to the mid-pick as often as possible because it's been high percentage for them.
Has fruitful on that last possession, forcing the timeout. Brought to you by Ford Aussie Hoops. The perfect introduction to the world of basketball for kids aged 5 to 10 years. Visit aussiehoops.basketball to register. And it's a 7-0 run to the Southside Flyers, seeing them right back into this one. 2-point ball game. Dickey, Rochi, Poch, Ernst and Russell are the returning 5 for the Flyers. And it's Willoughby who's raced out for 15 quick ones.
Yeah, she's been big, particularly from the 3-point line, but also running the floor, getting on the end of fast break layups, and just being an all-round pest, you know, using her size, using her strength against smaller guards, and just being able to finish through so much contact. It's outstanding work.
She's played with a real look of intent. Brazel. She's there just to make them think about it. Lightning.
Southside into a zone.
Now it's Basham. Russell came across to try and cut that off and has done so. Turnover that time. Ernst and Rochi will bring it up once again. Dickey spinning out of trouble. Pulls up in the mid-range, and Brazel and Turner able to corral. Adelaide, again they look to push the pace. And again they have fast break points.
That's a great find from Brazel there, being the ability to go opposite in transition. You know, a lot of the time, young athletes in particular are a bit frightened to do that because it is risky, but the way she was able to dribble hard towards the middle, go opposite and find Borlase, those two have a real connection, having played together for so long, but being able to find her and finish on the rim.
We nearly saw that connection once again there. Flyers have it. Borlase defending Rochi this time. That was a tough ask for Mercedes Russell. Eighth turnover of the half for the Flyers. Taylor Brazel will run point. Willoughby is back out there for Adelaide. Dickey with the assignment. Here's Bourne. Ball ace on the perimeter. 8 seconds. Willoughby. Dickey was anticipating the three. And no good on the mid-range J. 90 seconds remaining. Jackson and Leilani Mitchell set to check in just a moment. Poch. Into the post. Now the screen. 4 seconds. Tough ask for Poch, but the whistle has come first. Just the first personal on Brianna Turner. It's Rochi and Russell, who may well have seen their last burn of the first half.
It would be a great time to be able to get Turner out of the game with Russell going off, but unfortunately Jackson's checked in, so there's no time off for her in this game.
There is no rest at all. With this Southside lineup, Dickey gets around Borlase, rising up and creating contact. Dickey with 2 at the line. Southside of 4 of 7 from this spot this evening. And this a chance for Dickey's first points. Broke out for 20 points against the Townsville Fire a few weeks back. Slotted into this bench roll nicely now for the Flyers. And she takes care of business from the line. Mansfield and Mitchell. Mole was there to assist. Willoughby has been tough to stop so far in this ball game. Mansfield, nice find, extra pass. Mole for 3.
That's a great look, great ball movement, wide open, uncontested 3. You'd take that any day of the week.
Here's Ernst. Nice find to Jackson. Making no mistake from long range. LJ's got 7.
When we talk about not giving Ernst time and space, you don't give Jackson time and space either.
Absolutely not. And Dickey recognised the steal. Missing on the lay-in. Poch was there. Collision on the baseline.
So that's Turner's second. I think it was on Turner. Oh no, Willoughby, apologies. Oh no, Turner.
Turner does indeed have,
Yeah, so it might be a good time to get her out, make sure she doesn't pick up another foul on this possession here and head into half-time with 3.
And Nat Hurst agrees. So shot clock just ahead of the game clock. Winston Mitchell. Flyers retaking the lead on that previous Jackson 3 ball. Dickey, what a find to Poch. And the block from Borlase. Travel as a result. Great defense. So the Lightning will have the final say here in the second quarter. Borlase has got a steal and a block at the half. Mole, she'll let it fly from 3. And that will do it. For the end of the first half, Southside 41 plays Adelaide 40. A fun game so far. We might have less than a second put back on the clock. We'll see in just a moment. But hard to separate these two at the moment, Zoe Carr.
No, definitely not. Adelaide have been outstanding, particularly at the defensive end, but they're going to have to try and dig a little bit deeper in the second half if they can keep the Flyers under 80 points. If the Flyers are 4-1 or 4 wins, 1 loss when they've scored more than 80. So if they can keep them under 80, it goes a long way to helping them win the game.
Now the second highest scoring side in the league, the Flyers 81 per game. So point 3 has been put back on. And the Flyers will dribble this out, you'd suspect. But we are heading to the sheds with what will be a 1-possession game. Dickey will inbound. Borlase has been active in the first half. And that does it for the first half here at the 36ers Arena in Adelaide. And the Lightning led for so much of that first half, but the Flyers just wrestled back the lead right at the end to take the lead into the main break.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, again, when we were speaking about young teams. They have a small lapse of a bit of a mental breakdown, and that's where experienced, highly experienced and well-skilled teams like Southside, they capitalise on that. So if they can minimise that in the second half, there's no reason they can't get themselves back to where they were.
Matt Hurst chatting things over with the referees here. Going to be fascinating to see how this second half does indeed play out. Willoughby's been terrific. 15 points, 6 of 9 from the field. 5 rebounds, and Jackson got going in that second quarter.
Yeah, thankfully. I love watching the GOAT play, so it's nice to see her start to become involved in the game. So, but Willoughby was just elite, being able to knock down the three when they needed it, you know, running the floor, finishing. An example right there. So, you know, that's been great, but she's also been backed up by Brianna Turner. The work Brianna Turner's doing at the defensive end has been huge. And again, not things that are overly statable. You know, she does have blocks next to her name, but not as many as you would expect. Where it comes from are things like her little deflections, or where she gets a hand in the lane, or just changes shots completely. What would normally be a normal shot is now an adapted finish outside of the body because they're worried about being blocked by her. So Brianna Turner's just been huge.
Now, she's got to be in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year.
Absolutely.
For sure. Sadie's Russell knows all about that. And here are your halftime stats. And as you'd suspect, really close across the board in what has been a tight tussle so far. You just feel like, is there a directive maybe from Nat Hurst to push the pace at any opportunity? Is that how you counter the big lineup, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think she's trying to use the benefit of their youth to get out and run and get those easy points, because a lot of the time when you're playing a more experienced team, they've got the ability to sort of grind it out and be able to, you know, finish it at their end. They can take 23 seconds of a 24-second shot clock to get a layup. So I think that Nat Hurst is trying to get them to use their youth and use their energy, get out and get layups to try and, again, keep that scoreboard pressure on while they figure out how to execute offensively against a more experienced team.
1 point ball game here at the half. The Flyers 41, play Adelaide 40.
Women are powering forward and changing the game on and off the court. Together, Basketball Australia and the Australian Sports Commission are powering women in basketball. We are amplifying the voices, skills and spirit of women in the game. From the backboards to the boardrooms, we're breaking barriers, shattering stereotypes and empowering the next generation of female athletes and leaders. Get involved, and together we can create a future where every girl's hoop dreams are within reach.
There are things we can't see, like the air that we breathe. There's a power in me, you'll see.
He's done it!
For our homegrown superstars, this is the one that matters most. The Aussies are ready to unleash on 9 Summer of Awesome. Get ready for a new heart-racing game changer. On Woodbridge,
What is the longest river in South America?
The Amazon River?
Correct.
pushes Australia's most addictive game show over the edge.
Wow. Let's go!
And in an all-new endgame,
One counter for a shot at $40,000.
the more you risk,
2 counters, $20,000. I'll also throw in a holiday.
the more you win.
If you don't get that jackpot, you'll leave here with nothing.
Brand new Tipping Point Australia starts Monday, Jan 29 on 9.
Ford dealers have backed sport in communities for nearly 100 years. And now, from the boomers and opals to Aussie hoops, your local Ford dealer is proud to support basketball. Because all dreams start somewhere.
Willoughby rips and drives left. Step back inside, count it.
Ball in the hands of Rochi. Wants an option inside. Crowling against Nicholson. Back out to Conti for a deep three, and she makes it.
Wow, Mon Conti, huge.
They needed that.
Gives it off to McDonald.
Wow.
Finds a lane, finds a way through traffic.
George, what a pass. You could not have executed that better, Kayla George.
5 seconds of Koya. It'll be down to Melbourne again. What can she do this time? It's been some wizardry so far. Lets it fly. Oh my goodness. Jade Melbourne.
One player who is absolutely taking the competition by storm this season is Izzy Bola, the South Australian product. We know she comes from a family of sporting royalty, but she's making her own name in this competition.
It was my first season, didn't really have any expectations leading into it. I guess I received some acclamations at the end of the season. I had like an inkling that maybe I could come away with one of them, but getting two was just amazing and I was really grateful for that. My dad, who used to play football in the SANFL for the Port Magpies. My mum played for the Diamonds for netball. My brother plays in AFL and my sister does surf lifesaving rowing and she's represented Australia. I'm really lucky to have my family members who can help me out.
Now your heart is full again, Rachel Sport, because the iconic number 14 that you made famous here at the Adelaide Lightning in the WNBL was retired, but it is back on the back of Izzy Borlace, and I know it's making your heart sing.
It certainly is. I couldn't think of anyone better, and I know that Izzy's doing some wonderful moves out there. Much better dribbler than I ever was. Rapt to see number 14 out there, and really exciting future for Miss Borlace.
You know, obviously in pre-season you could tell, you know, okay, this girl's going to be a star. She blew me away as well, just with, you know, the season she had, to watch her play and to watch her grow, and I'm excited to see what she does this season.
She's just got so much to her game. She's powerful, she's robust, she's got a perfect basketball body. She can go inside, she's a great rebounder. The basketball world is at her feet, really. She's going to have a great career.
I'd like to be better than I was last season. I haven't had the most ideal off-season with a couple of niggling injuries, so I'm trying not to be too hard on myself. So whatever happens, happens, really.
Through sport, business, do you find that people are really reluctant to celebrate their wins?
100%. I think it's hard for people to be proud of what they've done. For me, I'm wanting to make this team, right? That's all I've ever wanted. I make it. Hell yeah. But I'm not celebrating because now I'm going to a tournament and now I want to win a medal. Now I don't get the colour medal that I wanted. And so then you're down in the dumps, but all I ever wanted was to make a team and go to this tournament, and I feel like it's relative in every aspect of the stage of your career, whether that be sport or business, life, whatever it is. And sometimes it's not till you retire or you know you're done playing that sport and you look back and go, maybe I didn't achieve all my goals I ever wanted, but damn, I got to be proud of myself. I'm damn proud that I'm still playing today. Like I'm grinding, you know. Now I feel like I stop and smell the roses, because soon that's going to be done and that's going to be sad and that's scary, but I've achieved so much, and even just you asking me that question makes me be like, no, I really have, because I'm luckier than still maybe the person next to me who never got to experience to wear the green and gold.
women are powering forward and changing the game on and off the court. Together, Basketball Australia and the Australian Sports Commission are powering women in basketball. We are amplifying the voices, skills and spirit of women in the game. From the backboards to the boardrooms, we're breaking barriers, shattering stereotypes and empowering the next generation of female athletes and leaders. Get involved and together we can create a future where every girl's hoop dreams are within reach.
One-point ball game at the half. Third quarter just moments away here at the 36ers Arena. Liam Ellison and Zoe Carr with you on the call to bring you the second half. And intriguing to see how this one plays out. Lightning have been outstanding here on their home floor, but it was a 12-3 run from the Southside Flyers to finish the previous period that sees them in the lead.
Yeah, and we've spoken about it a couple of times of the perils of a younger team and those sort of lapses that they can have. But thankfully, they're still within reach. That lapse hasn't blown it out to a 20-point deficit or anything like that. So, you know, they've just got to regroup and regather and get back to what was working for them. But, you know, a lot of that credit has to go to Jocelyn Willoughby. The way she played in that first half was just outstanding. 15 points and 5 rebounds, and just being able to control tempo, push pace, and really put a stamp physically on this game.
She was wreaking havoc downhill alongside Izzy Bourne, alongside Izzy Borlace, Taylor Brazel as well, when she was out there combining for fast break points. And we are underway. Flyers with the basketball. Almost a game of contrasting styles so far, Zoe.
Yeah, Southside are really trying to execute long offense, trying to find, work the ball to find their mismatch. Adelaide are playing a lot within their pace phase, as you're about to see here, as Mansfield looks to push the ball up the floor and trying to get into early action as quick as possible.
Willoughby, her first touch of the rock in the second half. Late to get there and makes them pay.
Started the way she finished the last half, so she could be dangerous. If Southside don't make an adjustment on her, she could end up with big points at the end of this game.
7 of 10, 70% shooting for Willoughby. Rochi hands it back to Russell. Turner hit the deck, and it goes against the Lightning. Adelaide bench didn't love the call. We'll get a good look at it here.
And that's her third now that she's picked up early in the third quarter. So that becomes a real difficult decision. Do you protect her and bring her out now, or do you let her run with it? Her fourth. It's her fourth foul. My goodness.
That is huge.
Yeah, that is. So yes, you definitely have to bring her out now. But yeah, that has a massive impact on the game.
It really does. I mean, she changes the game, Brianna Turner, when she's out there.
She does. The rim protection alone that she gives defensively for Adelaide is just, it can't be matched. So now Adelaide are going to have to change their strategy because they cannot allow penetration inside the paint.
On cue as well. Points in the paint instantly for the Flyers. So how will the Lightning respond here? Rochi. Flyers now back in the lead. Poch will pull the trigger from 3.
Poch has just been outstanding this game so far. She started the first half putting the ball to the floor and getting on the rim. This time now shooting the 3. She's showing us everything that she is capable of.
Seems exciting, just pulling out that offensive bag that she's developed. Inside to Bourne, working on Jackson and the call. One back for Adelaide.
It's an incredible finish from Bourne there, being able to gather her feet, just sort of lift LJ off the floor a little bit and then go into the body and draw the foul.
Extra for Izzy Bourne. And that makes it 10 in the contest to her name. Second Lightning player in double figures. Jackson hands it back to Rochi. Driving on Borlace. Cole kicks it onwards. Here's Poch. Now Russell in the lane. Well drawn up from the Flyers.
That's where missing that rim protection of Turner becomes crucial to the Adelaide Lightning.
Mansfield again looking to push the issue. They go to Russell here. Poch will dump it to the low block. Russell goes to work. Willoughby poked at it. And it's Jackson on the O-glass. No good. Tapped out. Willoughby was there. Southside ball.
And you're starting to see the impact of Turner being on the bench. Offensive rebounds, the two bigs starting to wreak a little bit of havoc inside the paint.
You knew it was coming. They're going to keep feeding the post with Turner out. And it's interesting game management from Nat Hurst. So much time remaining in this ball game to have 4 fouls. Do you just watch the score line? Is that how you know when to pull the trigger to bring her back in?
Yeah, I think you start to get a bit of a feel. Obviously, the scoreline is really important and feel for the game. If you start to feel Southside starting to take over, you will have to roll the dice and put her out there again, because otherwise, like I said in the last game, she might as well be fouled out.
Count it. LJ will head to the line. Unsurprisingly, Southside going down low once again. Jackson's got 9. 4 of 5 from the field, 6 rebounds. And good at the stripe. Mansfield, Adelaide on the ropes all of a sudden. Willoughby hands it back to her point guard. Moles in the corner. Mismatch on Russell. Well defended. Bourne turns, fires, won't fall. There's a chance to make it the biggest lead of the game for Southside.
Adelaide falling into that trap of just over-dribbling. Repenetration on repenetration. It's getting them stuck. They're getting feet in the paint, which is great. They're kicking it out, but they're driving then back into all that congestion in the key. They need to either look to shoot the ball or look to shift it to the other side of the floor, try and draw the defense back out, and then attack again.
Mansfield. See what they do this time. Ball ace. Handling it. Lost Cole and makes them pay.
It's a big finish from Borlase, and a finish beyond her years as well. You know, the bit of a stabiliser for them. It was starting to get a little bit concerning, and to be able to just pull up with that sort of poise and finish, that's IQ and skill set beyond her years.
So smooth, wasn't it? Ball ace again. Ahead of the action, Mansfield. Nice find. Mole missing on the lay-in. Mochi will slow it up and call something for the Flyers. Poch with a wing possession. Cole now. Ball ace right there. Time winding down. Mochi recognises that and pulls the trigger on the 3.
The improvement in Rochi's three-point shooting over the last 2 seasons has been exceptional. Her ability now to not only just get a catch and shoot, but to be able to shoot those off a jab step, off the dribble, has just gone, the improvement has gone through the roof. It's been outstanding to watch.
Here it is again. Straight down. 7-point lead. Carly Ernst is out there. And Brazel as well has been reinserted. Sideline ball ace. Bourne will fire from 3. Southside, they feel moments away from making it a double-figure lead. Turnover that time against Rochi. Bourne. No one meets her in the fast break. More fast break points for the Lightning, and it's back to a 5-point ball game. Rochi. Beck, Cole and Ernst combining. Inside the lane is Ernst. Walling up was Mole. Great defense. Ball ace. Downhill turnover. Rochi ahead to Mercedes. Russell rattles out and cleaning it up on the second chance. Forces the timeout, and the Flyers remain 7 points in the lead here. 4:43 remaining in the third quarter. 56 plays 49. And this timeout is brought to you by the WNBL app. We don't want you to miss a minute of the action. Live scores, highlights, all your player and team info and more. Download the free WNBL app today. And also, how terrific is it to have all WNBL games from now on WNBA League Pass, Zoe?
Yeah, it's massive. It is so big to be able to take our league into that market and have more people be able to access our games and see it, because ultimately we also want to be able to call on WNBA caliber players to come into the league and make our league better. So, you know, it's massive to be able to have that over there, and a really big step for the league.
Oh, more visibility, the better it is, as you said, and now available in over 100 countries as a result.
Yeah, and you know, who'd have thought that that was where, you know, where we would be, you know, 10 years ago. So a massive coup for the WNBL.
It sure is. So it was around the 8-minute mark which Brianna Turner had to hit the pine due to the 4 personal fouls. Lightning have done fairly well to stem the scoring, but it feels on the edge at the moment.
I feel like you have to roll the dice, especially if they go empty on this possession and Southside score. You definitely have to roll the dice, because teams like Southside are so hard to claw deficits back from because of the amount of weapons that they have. So you can't let it get out too far. If you bring her back in, you can maybe look to try and protect her a little bit by going to a zone. So you've got that constant pressure within the paint and she's not having to do so much work. But obviously then that leaves the shooters of Southside open.
She will remain on the bench for now. Willoughby. No, it's Bourne who faked the handoff. Now it's 2 seconds and Poch with the block. The block doctor got to it, but it was the Flyers team defense which got it done. Russell at the top. Leilani Mitchell skipped over to Dickey off the dribble. And when she goes quickly as Russell on the second chance. 9-point lead. Willoughby. Ball ace and the foul call. Second team foul, first personal on Dickey. Fresh 14 for the Lightning. 15, or 17 rather, plays 9 so far in this third quarter to Southside. Willoughby hard to the hoop.
Poch will be devastated. She just sent that into the second row and someone got their hands in there for a little cheap foul. But, you know, another great take. Willoughby continuing to put pressure on the basket, continuing to put pressure on the defenders. So other players have to start to come with her on this.
They do. She's up to 19. Basham's back out there. First goes down. Four of 6 as a team from the stripe. So Willoughby makes no mistake. Keeps the Lightning within 7. They need a lift here. Mitchell. Ernst. Willoughby got right out there in defence. Dickey driving on. Ball ace. It was great defence, better offence.
It's a tough finish.
Really tough. Willoughby probing. Can she get by Ernst? He's waiting for a cutter and wouldn't get the whistle. Leilani pushes it ahead and Poch in the open floor. Flyers will go back to the free-throw line. Can put it back to a double-figure lead. Hasn't Poch been terrific?
Outstanding. You know, she's just done it all from both ends of the floor. showing her class, showing her skill set. So she's a really exciting player for the future for Australian basketball.
And she has done it on both ends of the floor tonight. Can really see the step up she's taken from what was a terrific season last year for the Flyers.
Yeah, and more opportunity for her too, which she's just grabbed with both hands. So, watching her grow as a player and again mature as a player is really exciting to see, and it's great news for our senior teams.
Lace, right in that very conversation. Flyers doing well to defend space at the moment. Strong on that three. And Poch pulls it down. Ernst had the lane on Bourne and the length.
I think you've got to roll the dice now with Turner. It's getting too late. I know you probably want to try and hold out until the fourth quarter, but this game is starting to get away from Adelaide.
Yeah, it is. It was hovering around that 7-point barrier or so. You could hold on to it, but now it does feel imminent. Bourne no good.
And especially because the looks that Adelaide are getting aren't your high percentage, aren't your uncontested sort of looks. They're tough contested finishes.
Poch makes the three.
Compared to that. So, yeah, I think it's definitely time.
Definitely. You'd think we'd certainly see her out of this timeout. 67 plays 51. Flyers have blown this one open. 26 plays 11 in the third quarter. There's still so much time remaining as well. 2:08 on the clock, and this timeout is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, proudly supporting community basketball in Australia. Cheryl Chambers may well be anticipating the return of Turner, and surely they will go straight at her when she comes back out on the floor.
Absolutely, and that's why I think the defensive change-up probably needs to come. I know Southside have three-point shooting weapons everywhere, but you do need to try and protect Turner as best as possible, and if she's one out on somebody, then it's easier for them to try and pinpoint her in an offense and go at her. Whereas if she's standing in the middle of a zone, then it's easier for her to stay clean and not foul out. So, but Poch at the moment, offensively for her, I don't think it'd matter what sort of D they're in. She is absolutely killing it at the moment. 18 points, at 77%. Like, that is just, those numbers are insane. So they need to keep going to her as best as possible.
She's been outstanding, and obviously doing her usual thing, blocks, steals, deflections. It's the Nadia Poch special. They're 8 of 10 from 3, so if it is a zone.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You got to pick your poison. What are you willing to try and give up? But we see Turner has returned to the game.
158. This will be interesting how they play it. Turner, after a 6-minute break, hands it to Brazel. Ball ace and Bourne. Willoughby on the wing. Nice set from the Lightning, finds the floater. Taylor Brazel with the 2. How will they draw it up? So Adelaide R&D defending space. Ernst, nice find. Over to Dickey, inside, and it falls.
Great ball movement too, just shifting the D, making sure that there's no easy pass, no easy closeout, and just attacking space.
Brazel was under a lot of pressure on that sideline. Turnover. Poch on fire so far. Out to Ernst, and that is a seriously deep triple.
How's the pass from Mitchell? I'm not sure if that went between her legs or not, but it looked impressive.
I think it did. Unreal. They're 9 of 11 from 3. Brazel, they need to respond here. Adelaide, nothing going their way. Extra opportunity for Borlase. Back iron. Tough third period for the Lightning.
Yeah, that fourth foul on Turner has just taken the wind out of their sails a little bit, and I think you know, they've done well to try and regroup and find a strategy. I was worried that was going to be her fifth then, but thankfully it's an off or moving screen. But yeah, they just need to try and find a way to regroup, you know, and offensively find a way to score, because right now there's no scoreboard pressure on the Flyers right now. So offensively for them, they can shoot with all the confidence in the world, and you're seeing that in the stats.
Final look at the third. If they let time expire. Basham. Willoughby. Had her feet set for the three. Explodes to the hoop for two. 2.5 for Leilani Mitchell. And the clock will beat them. 72 plays 55 at the end of the third. Huge quarter for the Flyers in absence of Brianna Turner. 31 plays 15 in the period. They piled on the points and well on their way to exceeding their season average of 81, the Flyers.
Yeah, that was a massive quarter, and you know, it is a bit unfortunate. It would have been nice to see if that quarter would have happened with Turner on the floor, but it is what it is. That's how the game goes. So, you know, hopefully Adelaide in this fourth quarter can string a few stops together, put some offensive pressure on, and look to really capitalise when they get their moments.
Rocci, that was really the start of it. A three went down and then Turner was out, and it was Russell, Jackson and Ernst who really went to town down low. 36 points in the paint for the Lightning's 28. Carly Ernst to the rack, and how about that deep triple as well from Ernst, which I'm sure we'll see in a moment. Poch from the corner. Dickey's been good off the pine as well. They've got 25 bench points, the Flyers. There it is. The through the legs dime from Leilani. Just awesome.
Yeah, and that's what happens when teams get comfortable. So, you know, you might see Adelaide try and junk their defense up a little bit. So, you know, if they are going to be in the zone still to try and protect Turner, that's fine. But they might be on a score up the floor a little bit more in a, you know, a delay press or something to get the ball moving before it gets into their front court, so they're not able to just come down as easily as they like and get into their offense. Just try and change the geography of Southside's offense a little bit and make it a different look. Now Southside are experienced enough and skilled enough that they'll probably still find scores, but it's about slowing them at the moment while Adelaide try and find their feet offensively and get back to, you know, the flow of their offense and playing in their pace phase.
Fourth quarter about to get underway. The match stats on your screen moments ago. 9 of 11 from three. If you've just joined us for the Flyers. And Poch, I mean, if scouts are watching this one, they'd be pretty impressed, I think, with her 18.
And it's not like that's uncommon. It's not like it's a game out for them. I think they're more than capable of being able to shoot like that. But I do worry about Lauren Mansfield. We haven't seen her for a while. Hopefully there's no injury concern or anything there. You know, if not, she might be someone who can really be that spark and put that scoreboard pressure on quickly.
That's a great point. Hope for good news there. As Turner to the rack moments ago. Here's Leilani Mitchell. He knew she was going to let that fly. Third three for Leilani. And you simply can't mark her like that.
And Southside looking to play a 2-3 zone on a score, match up on a miss. So again, that's just playing with Adelaide, so they're having to see different defensive sets. But that's a great cut and a great penetration. The ability to get between the two defenders on the edge of the zone really opened up that cut.
Oh, just thread the needle on that dime.
Yeah.
Perfectly placed. Mitchell. Dickey wants to take Bourne off the dribble. And Borlase and Turner are there. Willoughby skipped over to Borlase. She'll put it up in transition. And the Flyers are certainly in no rush here. In control at the moment. Dickey. Good defense from Borlase. Russell on the perimeter. Rocci thought about it. And picked her pocket is Izzy Borlase. And she will let it rip and transition. Stays Lightning ball. Good defense.
I would like to see Izzy just go up with her left there. I know she's trying to turn side on and protect from that side, but if she was to stay square to the basket and finish with her left, that keeps a separation between the ball and the defender, so then she likely goes to the line.
Good contest from Russell. Any Lightning players back. Jackson the pick for Rochi. Mitchell. Nice deflection again from Turner. Stopping that pass to Jackson in its tracks. Charlotte Chambers with some subs. Cole back out there. 11 seconds to work with. That's come off the foot of Rochi. Got the 8 assists this evening, Maddie Rochi.
Yeah, she's been a great facilitator and finding, particularly in that run in the third, she was great at finding open players and you know, getting them high percentage shots, which is the role of a point guard.
Basham. Extra pass to Turner. Bourne will fire. And the Flyers control it once again. 16-point leaders. Cole. Down low to Jackson. Nice find. Rochi was set. Jackson hits the floor. And Leilani Mitchell with a reset shot clock. Rochi's there driving on Willoughby. Tried to get it to Russell. Who else but Turner? Cutting it off. Basham pulls up in the lane. Foul call.
You can just feel a different sort of vibe in the Adelaide Lightning crew with Turner on the floor. They feel more confident. You know, they're moving, they're boxing out, they're physical. You know, that was something that I think went away a little bit when she was on the bench. So, yeah, it'd be hopefully they can string a couple of scores together in a row and make this one interesting.
Yeah, she does change the complexion for them.
She does.
It'll have to be a massive run. 7:05 on the clock, not out of the question. Basham good on the second. Subs for Nat Hurst's team. And here is Lauren Mansfield. Played the 20 minutes so far this evening. Rochi. Cole's open. Oops, against it that time. Watch on the opposite wing. Well defended Basham. Rochi with 6 seconds. Wants Jackson in the post. It's going to be up to Nadia Poch. Great D. Willoughby gave her absolutely nothing.
And again, sending her to that left hand, she can go left, but it's not preferred. So you start to see a little more success than allowing her to go to her right hand.
15 points in arrears. Willoughby and Poch. A match up to watch in the call. First personal for Poch.
I would like to see Mansfield just in a little bit of pick and roll play with Willoughby on the weak side. So Mansfield and Turner or Bourne in a mid or side pick and roll play. Willoughby on the weak side. So if she does, if they do a good job covering that, then they're skipping to the open three-point shot of Willoughby.
Flyers basketball. Rochi running point. Jackson's been good today on return, as has Leilani Mitchell. Here's Russell. Rochi coming around the handoff hard and finding Russell. Great link up.
That's a great pass too, around outside of the body and scooping that around. That's not a natural type of pass, but the ability to be able to do that is fantastic.
Rochi. Time number 9 for her. Now on the low block. Opted against the post work on Mansfield, and Russell just off on the mid-range. They need to throw something at them here, Adelaide. Basham. Russell came out. He tried to get it to Turner, and the Flyers will regain possession.
You can just see the Flyers defensively. They're locked in. You know, they're switching where they need to switch, covering what they need to cover. You know, it's really good to watch, but it's making it life so difficult for Adelaide because someone that's open for a split second, that's about all you've got to get the ball there.
It's been very tough all this second half for them. After putting 40 on the board in the first half, Jackson.
Not much more you could do there. Not much more Izzy Bourne could do. That's just outstanding basketball.
She's been good. 12 for the GOAT. Ball ace. Spinning in the painted area. And Poch pulls it down. Halfway through this fourth quarter. Rochi is fouled. First team foul, Adelaide. And Mansfield will check out. 19-point ball game, and does look a bit sore, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. I think she gave it a last-ditch effort, but I think, yeah, it's got the better of her there.
Hopefully she's okay, Lauren Mansfield. Jackson now for three. So some minutes for Liz Tonks. Poch defending ball. Russell comes out to meet her. Bourne gets around LJ. Nice extra look, and Turner missing. Rochi transition. Up ahead to Poch. Can't convert. Bourne is stopped by Beck Cole. Brazel. Last touch, Rochi. 4 minutes remaining. Timeout on the floor. It looks to be heading out of reach for the Adelaide Lightning.
The important thing for Adelaide right now is to make sure it does look like it's going to take something miraculous for them to get this game. So now you switch your focus to what's going to make us better for our next game. What are we going to potentially need? What have we maybe lacked in this game that we can focus on so we can come out of this game at least with something that is a win, a tangible win. Maybe not obviously on the scoreboard, which is what we all want, but you know, this is a long season. There's still so much more basketball to play, and so the focus can switch to what is going to help us beyond this game.
Jocelyn Willoughby has 25 to lead the way, but their next outing, the Adelaide Lightning, in the new year on the 5th of Jan versus the Sydney Flames right here at this very venue. So another opportunity to impress their home fans coming up. And for the Boomers, it'll be a WNBL Wednesdays Melbourne derby against the Flyers. So that's what's ahead for Southside, and Adelaide's next four on screen. Flames, Perth, Spirit, and then Sydney again, who are really getting themselves into some form, as we know.
Yeah, definitely. They look to have got it together, and without Tess Madgen. So what an in to be able to have waiting for you.
Interesting to see how she gels back with the team. Only going to add to what's becoming a really strong Sydney lineup. So Adelaide baseline ball. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Jackson got a fingertip to it. Tonks again, the deflection. Mole got it off in time, but easily paddled away.
And Tonks has got to shoot that. She's a great three-point shooter, and you know, the last 4 seconds and the ball is in your hands, you've got to make the play.
Cole. Nice pass to the advantage of Russell. 15 for Mercedes. Ball ace. Driving baseline, tried to Euro step back through. Followed her own miss. And the steal for the Flyers. been a gritty fourth quarter so far. Just the 5 points from the Lightning. And obviously we spoke so much about the ball game when Brianna Turner was not on the floor, but even when she has been back out there, the Flyers have been able to defend them nicely. Held them to just 20 points in the second half. Here's Brazel. Bourne couldn't get it up. Great hands. All clean as well from Rochi. Nadia Poch.
Southside just looking to take the air out of the ball a little bit, take as much time off the clock as possible, and just make sure nobody gets hurt.
Yes. As Poch hits the deck, she's fine on cue. Off-ball foul. We might see some subs right now. Ella Badish has come out there for Adelaide. Here's that foul again and go on Bourne. Izzy Bourne has exited.
Both teams looking to clear the bench here, but look at Southside's bench. Like it is. There are players that would start on a lot of other teams. So, yeah, it's such a luxury for them to have, and it's why they're one of the contenders for the title.
Now starting level players. Poch slicing through. Ernst, second chance. Poch again. Make it 20. What a game. 7 boards, a steal and a block. Here's Badish. Blue Browns out there for the Flyers. Doubled, and the 3 can go up from Mole. Alice Lockridge, as well as some minutes.
Yeah, Country Victoria from Bina in Country Victoria. She's an outstanding athlete, and again, another one that's come back from a significant injury in an ACL. She was ready to debut her rookie season last year, and unfortunately in a practice game did her ACL. So it's been a long road back for her, but it's great to see her out there, and things will only get better for her.
Absolutely, that was a cruel blow last season. Hasn't really missed a beat since she's come back this year, which is great to see. These Tonks and Lockridge ripped it from her arms. Jump ball. Flyers ball regardless. Brazel will take a break. And Molly Coleman and Bianca Stasinowski out there for Adelaide. Some of the younger unit getting an opportunity. A 25-point margin. Adelaide with the steal. Stasinowski. Tonks. Less than a minute remains. Mole. Poch stopping her defensively. As is Ernst. Look at that length from the Flyers. Posting up on Badish, and Brown gets it done. Count it. Brown for an extra to make it 28. What a second half from this Flyers unit. It's been really a game of 2 halves. It was so close all throughout the first, and the Lightning at one stage, believe it or not, they led by 9 in the second quarter.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's the sign of an experienced and highly skilled team and a versatile team. You know, if you have a look at the amount of different lineups they probably had throughout their first half versus their second half, you know, you're able to see that, you know, they were able to just work their lineups until the offense started to flow, until the defense started to lock in, and then once they found it, they were able to stick with it for a while, break the game open, and then other players were able to come in confident and able to really show what they can do.
And some performance away from home. Mole puts the ball on the deck. Tried to flip it up and in. Stasinowski, second chance. And her first points. Stasinowski gets it to go on the O glass. And the Flyers will dribble it out here. 87 plays 62. A dominant second half from Southside. 31-15 in the third, 15-7 here in the fourth. Gets it done for Cheryl Chambers' team. And they will stay in the 4 tonight. A game to come, of course, in round 9. But what a performance in the second half from this Flyers team that bats so deep, that plays so big. And it was Brianna Turner who was in foul trouble, rather, for the Lightning, and that was the turning point.
Yeah, and look, 4 players for Southside in double figures, and Nadia Poch with 20 and 8 to finish the game. So, you know, that makes it difficult to defend. If you've got 1 or 2 in double figures, you can probably put a scheme together to stop that. But when it's across the board, you know, it's really tough to defend. So outstanding work from Southside. But credit to Adelaide as well. You know, that first half, they really showed us what they are capable of. And if they can keep the nucleus of this group together, you know, for a couple of seasons, I think you'll see a vast difference and an improvement, because they are a highly skilled team. They are just, at the moment, they're just young. They just need a little bit more time to mature as a group and as individuals. And so those, you know, those mental lapses become smaller, and you don't get hurt as much by, you know, having that little dip in play.
It is a really exciting young core they've got, the Lightning. Nadia Poch, speaking of exciting, she's our player of the match. 20 points she had. Another offensive outburst. 8 of 13 from the field, 8 boards, a steal, a block. She was awesome.
Yeah, and did it in every which way. She didn't just get on the rim. She got on the rim, she shot the 3, she got to the foul line. You know, she got steals and deflections and fast break layups. So, you know, she did a bit of everything tonight. And she's, like we said earlier during the game, she's a really exciting talent and prospect for Australian basketball in the future.
Great scenes here in Adelaide. Leilani Mitchell was awesome on return. Hit on 3 threes, and Lauren Jackson equally had close to a double-double, 12 to her name. The next 4 for the Flyers, the Boomers, the Caps, the Flames and the Spirit, and of course one more game to come in round 9. New Year's Eve hoops in the Cygnett WNBL will head to Townsville tomorrow night, 7 p.m. local time tip-off against the Perth Lynx. Going to be interesting, of course. No Erin McDonald until February, we think. And how will they go without their star against the Fire, who are the benchmark? But this evening it was the Flyers who got the job done.